guys, it's Erin and I'm here with another layout, and this one is of Mike and myself in Disneyland, and I'm using papers from Pretty Little Studio and Echo Park. Yeah, Echo Park Dots and Stripes. And this is the weekend that Chamel's class Ready Set Scrapbook came out, and so I decided to watch the videos and scrapbook with her, and so this is a layout based on her first video from that series. And so that's why I'm using, what do you call it, cardstock? I don't usually use cardstock, but she had her layout matted on cardstock, and it was a much thinner border than I ended up doing. I didn't mean to do that, but I thought I didn't really want so much pink in this layout, so I kind of made it just a bit smaller. And here I am making the 8x8 paper go 12 by 12, and you can see a cut in there, but I'm gonna put my journaling on it, so I don't really care that there's a cut there. I mean, if it bothers you, you could put like an embellishment cluster or something over it, but it doesn't really bother me that it wasn't a full-size paper. And since it is 8x8, I had to trim these photos just a little bit to get them both onto this piece of paper so it has a bit of a border. And so I just put them side by side. Whenever we take selfies, we have a hard time with selfies. I don't know why. I mean, Mike's arms are really long, so it should work out, but trying to get us both in the frame and, you know, getting us both smiling correctly, it's just weird. And I decided I didn't like how it came out because it wasn't even on both sides, and so I had to move them over. And this is why I use an ATG, because I can just pull the stuff up. So I'm going to glue that piece down, and then I'm going to start working on embellishment clusters and stuff the way that she did. And she had these horizontal strips on her paper a lot, and I thought that using the rainbow paper would be good, but I wanted to make sure that I got all of the colors in there. So I did that, and she had another strip at the top. She does a lot of strips at the top and stuff, so I tried to go with that. And then I decided I didn't like that darker pink because it didn't match with the background, and so I cut it off, but I cut it off along the lines of the paper, so you can see me following along as I cut it. And then so they're not perfectly square, but it works out. And then I just try and flip them over so that they're not all going the same way, just to add a bit of interest to it. This is like a very bright and, you know, I guess feminine layout, but I just sometimes like to play with those colors a bit, and I figured it worked for sort of a spring nature-y type photo. This was last year in Disneyland, actually, and it was funny because it wasn't spring. This was October. At least I think this was. Yeah, it was November. See, that's even worse. That's like forever ago. And one of my friends even said when I posted the photo, they're like, where did you find such bright and green trees and stuff in the middle of fall? And it's Disneyland. Everything's always bright. I mean, I don't think fall exists unless they make it. So it's SoCal. It was hot. You can see Mike wearing his hat and his sunglasses because it's hot. So I thought I would use some of my doilies for this layout because it is all, you know, feminine, and I really like using new stuff right when it comes in. That way I feel that I've used some of it. And in one of my previous layouts I totally like destroyed this doily, so I thought instead of throwing it away, I'll see if I can use it, and boom, I can use it. So yay. I was able to get it on a layout, but the other half I just kind of set aside. And these die cuts I just got from the Stitched collection, Amy Tan's Stitched collection. That was her fall collection. It kind of goes, though, because it has little woodland creatures, and I got an obvious title out of it, so that worked. And I'm trying to incorporate more die cuts. I don't have a whole ton of them, but it's always nice to include things that you don't use all the time. So I thought of matting that because I took out this paper and I wanted to use it, but I can't really find a place to use it. There's so many patterns going on that it doesn't really work. So I just decided to set it aside. And I pulled out the Marigold cloud die cuts because I thought, you know, clouds are always nice. And so I'm just trying to find the right colors and the right sizes for all of the clusters. I didn't want to go too big in the small cluster, too small in the big cluster, and so I had to kind of sort through all of them. And I was trying to cover up the seam that the doily made, so it kind of works like that. And then I get one up here, but I was thinking, well, why can't it be flat? Because if it's resting against something, it should be flat, right? So I found a green one because there was no green over there and there was green everywhere else. So just get those out of the way. I'm going to come up with a better solution than all of these things, which you've probably already seen already, so that works out. And then, of course, it's always enamel dot time, and I thought the only color that would really go would be the silver ones. So silver enamel dots, yay! So I want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye-bye.